hamper in her little beautiful little dress. I'm gonna set her in her bed and I will get you guys hooked up right here into our mount. We just want to start out this live with a quick little prayer. Dear God, thank you so much for allowing us to make all of the memories that we're about to talk about. Amen. Okie dokie, you guys. Today we are setting up our Christmas trees. So I feel like when it comes to Christmas, maybe I look really materialistic, but really, like, there's hundreds of ornaments and I can tell you a story about every single one. So I have nothing to do today because me and Zena are off of work. So I intend this is probably going to be our longest live ever, and I just want to tell you guys a bunch of stories about our Christmas ornaments. I thought that would be kind of fun today. So we'll put Xena up here. Xena Bobina. I can turn you guys a little bit so you can check up on her whenever you want. So we have two Christmas trees. One is Xena's Christmas tree, and then the other is just like our normal full-size Christmas tree. So I've always been a white Christmas tree kind of guy. I mean, I have some pretty crazy, obnoxious colored ornaments and very bright ornaments, and I've just always thought that those look really good on a white tree. So my mom, Susan Photographer, bought me my first Christmas tree. It was a little, like, I can't remember how many feet tall it was, like 2 or 3 feet tall. And long story short, my stepdad let that kind of get destroyed. So as a small child, that was slightly traumatizing. So then my stepmom Shelly bought me a new white Christmas tree, which, long story short, that was a little bit of an ordeal too, but I love both of them, very grateful. And so then Mr. Cameraman, when I met him, he, honestly, I can't remember what happened. The one that Shelly, my stepmom, bought me, I can't remember what happened to it, but Mr. Cameraman bought me this white Christmas tree. This is like a legit full-size Christmas tree. He bought this for me. I think it was our first Christmas together. We got it from it's a Walmart special, believe it or not. And it is broken. The lights do not work, but you know, that's one thing. As I have grown older, as I have had Christmas trees, gotten more Christmas trees, gotten more decorations, I cannot figure out who would ever think it's a good idea to make a pre-lit Christmas tree. Because you know why they do that? So when it stops working, you think the whole thing is ruined, the whole thing is broken, so you have to throw out the entire tree instead of just throwing out one strand of lights. Am I a conspiracy theorist? Probably. But that's my newfound position on that topic. But, so, we're just gonna put this dude together. And even though the tree's broken, I'm not done getting new Christmas trees, I'll tell you that, but I'm done replacing Christmas trees, I think. I mean, God is the only thing that's perfect in this world, and I don't know. I don't want to keep replacing the same memory, I guess, or the same like having a white Christmas tree as a kid was always just like a dream, and I've replaced it like 3 or 4 times now, so, or 3 times now, and I don't know, I don't want to keep doing that. The best part, or one of the best, and even though it doesn't work, I still plug it in, because I have some plug-in ornaments that will use that also. But so, one of my favorite parts about living in Arizona is when I was in Iowa, the Christmas tree was like a whole thing with my whole family. And here, Mr. Cameraman and his mom are not like very festive at all. So they don't like setting up the tree or helping set up for Christmas. So me and Zena just do the whole thing, which I am into. So right now, we're gonna do probably the most boring part, and I'm probably not gonna talk during it because I'm gonna be talking a lot today. I'm just gonna get a glass of water, and then I'm going to spend I don't know how long fluffing out this tree. But thank you so much for watching so far. So, right now I'm just gonna flip this out. If you want to, if you're watching the replay of this, or if you're watching right now and you want to only hear, like, and see the ornaments, you can fast forward or skip ahead or come back in a little bit. Zena, we have to fluff the tree. I think that looks pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. Me and Zena here are setting up our Christmas trees, and just for giggles, I want to plug this in and see if any of it works. Last year, I believe it was only the bottom piece that worked. Okay, so none of it works. That is a-okay with me. It's still beautiful. Like I said, I'm not replacing it again. Maybe someday I'll just figure out how to take the lights off of it. That would be nice, actually. I don't know if you can do that or not. That would be really, really, really nice. Do any of you guys know if you can do that? If I knew how, I would do it right now. But I want to get the rest of the tree put together. So next, before we do ornaments, we do lights and beads. So I've got these blue bulbs right here. Mr. Cameraman really likes the big bulbs, and we actually used to use those outside. And sadly, most of the outdoor lights that we used to use those with have broken. So we can't really do that same display style again. So I'm really glad that I kept those to use on the inside tree. The other lights that go on is this strand of rope lights, and this is from my dad and my stepmom's wedding. So I'm really glad that I have these two. So we're gonna start by putting these on. Zena, what is the problem? What is the problem, little chica? Little chicarita? Little chica pequeña, chica bonita? And you never want to put on rope lights like this when they're plugged in. Don't ask me why, but that's what Google has taught me. And then if you put on the lights first, you can really get them exactly where you want them. And then once you get to the top, just figure out where the back of your tree is and grab some of the branches and tie it up. And normally I have to redo that a couple times before I like it, but I think that's pretty evenly spaced. Now we'll put in these blue lights, which I just need to find the end of. You know, when you store Christmas lights, you always try to get them as tangle-free as possible. but somehow, no matter what, they will get tangled up when you take them out next year. So, since I have the wrong end, I have the end that doesn't plug in, I'm going to start at the top of the tree. And I'll back you guys up a little bit. Ooh! Not tip you over, just back you up. And there we go. And again, just tie the end up there. And actually, now that I think about it, these we used to use in our outdoor display, and the bush that they were on has died also. So I'm really thankful that I saved these for inside. We did have these on the tree last year also, because last year's when we stopped doing that display because so many of the other lights broke. I wish I had the rights to some Christmas music, but we're not that cool. So the rope light is kind of like a glow within moment. And then obviously there's a little bit like right on the edge. And then these are just like total obnoxious blue fluorescent look. They're LED, but like a, not fluorescent, what word am I trying to think of? Neon. And then this is the plug-in, so I'm just gonna end it back here. So next, I do have somewhere in one of my totes, there is more lights. It's actually a strand of color changing like starburst things I got from my dad's office, but those I really want to like for you to actually be able to tell what they are. So those do go on last. But next, this is the best way, by the way, to store any beads. Zena, you are a little feisty. This is the best way to store any beads for your tree. And I'll put you guys down here so you can see what I mean. The beads are really inspired by my mom and my little brothers. I don't know. She has always, we used to have a Christmas tree in every single room until, like I said, my stepdad sadly let most of that get destroyed. But she always had tons and tons of beads on our Christmas trees. So these also give you more places to hang up your ornaments. So I have some beads that go on at the end, but these just, I don't call them basic, but these just basic single, like strand beads go on first. These beads, I don't know if you guys have ever seen stuff like this before. My stepmom's mom, so my step grandma, or my grandma, she, I just call everybody like mom or grandma, but since I'm trying to explain it to you guys, that's what I'm putting step. But she always has these on the very last step of her Christmas tree, so I wanted to be like her. So I got a couple of those many years ago. But before I put on the basic beads, I want to put on the tinsel. And I can't remember exactly the story behind this tinsel, but I use it every single year. And this stuff is so old. So now with this, I'll turn you guys back up towards the tree again. I don't have a lot of it, so I just start somewhere, and then I just tuck in. So you know, what is the problem? ¿Qué es tu problema, chica? ¿Qué es tu problema? Like I said, I do not have a lot of this. Which is okay. Okay, I like that. So now, like I said, I just like to, and again, I like to put on this stuff first. The lights, the tinsel, or whatever you want to call this, and the beads, because it gives you more places to hang ornaments. And we have hundreds and hundreds of ornaments, so I need all the places I can get. Yes, these are black. I think every single color is a Christmas tree color. Do I think every single color is an outdoor Christmas light color? Absolutely not. But my little brother's favorite color is black. And my first white Christmas tree that my mom got me was primarily black and white and red. So these came from my first Christmas tree. Holy guacamole, chica! And I have 2 strands of the black, so they can be a bit tighter together. Are you like mad that I have you up there or something? That would be the first time ever you're mad where I put you. But you can say goodbye and you can go run off to wherever you'd like. And if you're like me and like all this extra stuff, I mean, at the end of the day, Christmas is about God, about Christmas for the season. But, I mean, I am celebrating Him wholeheartedly. That's the only way that we've been able to make all of these beautiful memories. And, you know, I think doing all this Christmas lights, Christmas trees, for me, it's a way to honor God and to thank Him for, like I said, the abilities and the blessings to make all of these memories. And it's really fun. That got a little bit busy at the top, but do I care? Nah, I like it. So now we'll put on the red strand. Like I said, I only have one red. That's one of the funny things is like the tinsel and the beads, they were from my first ever like 2 foot, 3 foot Christmas tree. So that's why it might look a little bit bare to have them on this big tree. Which barren is a totally terrible word because by the end of this tree is going to be packed with stuff. Now, if this was my dad's tree, he would, he doesn't really like white trees, but if he did have one, he would go specifically find lights with a white cord instead of the green. And later on, I have lights that go on that are black. But again, we have so many ornaments, so much glitz and glam, so many memories that go on this tree, you don't even notice or at least I don't notice the cords. So now, that's everything that goes on before the ornaments do. Let's plug it in. Wowza. That is beautiful. I love how the rope lights like aren't white. They're like a creamy orange. So now we'll get out the second tree. Now this tree is absolutely stunning. This we got for Xena, and it's small because she's small. So this is Xena's Christmas tree, and it's a 3 different texture Christmas tree. And then since Xena is so beautiful and so extraordinary, I wanted to add this frosted, they're like really long swoops or picks or whatever you want to call them. The only thing about her tree is whoever designed this thing is not good at designing Christmas trees because it falls over. And last year, it would at least stand up, but for some reason, right now I can't get it to stand up without falling over. Last year it only fell over when there was ornaments, like a lot of ornaments on one side. So I'm not sure what the problem is here. Mr. Cameraman might have to help me figure this one out later. I don't know why it keeps falling over. And I'm actually kind of putting these together in the wrong spot. This guy goes in front of the window. This guy goes right here. I don't know why it won't stand up. I'll just put the tipsy side up against the wall, maybe. That works, I guess. Now, we used to have a credenza right where Xena's toy bin is, and so this tree was on the other side of the credenza, which looked really, really cool. But now that we don't have the credenza, I just like them next to each other like that. I think it is really, really pretty. And again, there's so few trees that are not already pre-lit. So this one is pre-lit also, but it still works. And Xena's tree does not get any additional lights. She might in the future, but as of right now, she does not. And we have another cord. The electric companies must love Christmas. Wowza. That is pretty. I love that. Okay. And eventually, this is gonna sound crazy, I have the original for my tiny tree skirt that I put on this dude, but eventually I would like a real, I just have not found one yet that I've fallen in love with. I've been looking over the last couple years. Eventually I'll get a tree skirt, but we don't have one this year. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lay out all of the ornaments, and I won't like say their meanings and stuff yet. I think I'll say the meanings when I'm putting them on the tree, but right now I'm gonna lay out all of the ornaments. So I'm going to turn you guys, and if you guys like these chaotic, unplanned lives, let me know, because for me, I think it would be obvious they're a lot easier to produced than a normal YouTube video. Now, if you guys want to hear something super, super exciting, I don't know when it's gonna be officially available, but this is me and Zena's first ever prayer book daily devotional. The one verse prayer book, First Thoughts. This is the cover. So this is our first copy, and right now we are just proofreading and marking the pages that I need to make edits on, but I'm hoping that soon our first ever book will be available for purchase. I just think that's the coolest thing ever. So let's clear all this stuff off. This coaster is glued. There's a hole in the table so it can't move. Zena's back. And this last year, we got even more ornaments. So, normally, this table is already overflowing, so I don't know if they're all gonna fit. Here's the tiny tree skirt I use. And we have a little Xena tree topper for her tree. A little doggy gnome. We actually did a video on this. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? That's from breathing in all this glitter. that's all of them. So really this year, over the last year, one of these tray lids, not these ornaments exactly, but one of these tray lids is new. Because last year I think I just used the table. But now, and this is the fun part because I never know where to start. Every year I do a little bit differently, but we're gonna start with this one. Now, right off the bat, if it's little and obnoxiously sparkly, it's probably from my first Christmas tree. And I just am never getting rid of them. I mean, how could you want to forget your first Christmas tree? So, this actually is, I don't know how I want to do this. If I want to face you guys towards the pile, or if I want to face you guys towards the tree. If I face you towards the tree, I'll have to keep moving the camera around the tree. If I face you towards these, okay. I'll give you guys a tree reveal at the end. So this, I got from Mr. Cameraman a couple years ago. This is just a light up ornament, and I mean, he's just a big shining light in my life, and I would not be anywhere close to where I am today without him. So he gets, I think this is actually the biggest ornament, or no, it's not. The next one I'll put on is the biggest, but this is pretty cool. So next, I stacked these a little precariously. This is my Dad Dave and Mom Susie's first ever Christmas tree topper. It has lights in it. The lights have stopped working a couple years ago, so I cut the lights, and now I just stick it into the tree. I just think it is so beautiful, and I'm just really honored that I get their first ever tree topper. Now, I'll probably do the next two biggest ones we have. This is just a really cool
ES Pilot. It's just a really cool license plate from a car that Mr. Cameraman got rid of. And this is my old historic license plate from the best car I have ever driven, my Geo Metro. So these two are pretty big, so they need to go on the tree either now or soon. You guys, Xena is not enjoying her time with me. What the hey, Xena? What the hey? Xena, what ornament should we do next? This is a really cool one. This, I got as a set of 3 of these different kinds of fish. They're all like this brown coppery metal color. And I got these from Target. But this was in 2020, one of the craziest years of my life. And on each ornament I just wrote, I wanted both of my best friends to have something to remind them of our friendship in the craziest year ever. So, I think that is a cute little fishy. And since it's animal, I think this year I'm gonna put it on Xena's tree. You don't want to spend time with me? Okay. You can come and kneel and hang out with Mr. Campbellman. Xena is extremely worried about you. She just wanted to make sure he was having enough fun. Next. This is the problem. This is why it takes me so long, especially now that I want to explain them. This ornament I made last year. I made one for us and one for one of Mr. Cameraman's best friends, who is English is his not primary language. So it says Felices Fiestas. And I got the ornament, which is originally gold, and then I painted it with all sorts of different colors. I think it's really pretty. These 2 ornaments, let me find the other one. My best friend's mom, Julie Campbell, made these for me and Mr. Cameraman to remind us that the year 2020 stink, stank, and stunk. They're little Grinches. I think those are really, really cute. And we have 2. This one is actually really cool. I got this while I was working at Quick Trip. They were just giving them away. It's like a little Coca-Cola collectible little holiday bear. He went on Zena's tree last year too. So I think what I'm gonna do is before I load up Zena's tree, I'm gonna pick all the ornaments I want on her tree this year, and I'll somehow get it weighed down and I'll put the ornaments on later. Because last year it tipped over like multiple times, and I don't want any ornaments to break. Now we'll put on the boutonnieres. One of them is from my parents, my dad and my stepmom's wedding. One of them is from my brother John's wedding. Don't ask me which one is which. Every single year I call my mom and try to figure it out, but I don't know. But they're both pretty. Now we'll do these. Graduated college in 2019. Graduated high school in 2017. So these are my tassels. This goes on Zena's tree too. This is a really cute one. This is actually just like a kid's toy. We got it for her while we were camping at the KOA in Flagstaff, Arizona. She refused to play with it. So, yeah, we decided it's an RBI. And we just decided that we were going to start putting it on her tree. I think it's really cute. It's a little chocolatey s'more. These next two ornaments are in celebration of one of the companies Mr. Cameraman owns. He owns Tennis Scorebook. So we have a tennis ball here, and then for his the 5-year anniversary of him having Tennis Scorebook, we got this little tennis ball with rackets. I'll try to do 2 at a time. This one, I used to be a student ambassador for Iowa Central Community College, and we had a Secret Santa giveaway thing. So I got a Christmas tree set, a mini Christmas tree, and a bunch of different ornaments. Now, the person who won it totally, I didn't tell them it was me, but they were not happy at all with their Secret Santa gift. But this is one of the ornaments I got for that person too. So I wanted to get one. I just thought it was so cute. And then this is a Campa Kayla mug. And yeah, this was from my Cub Scout Boy Scout career. And we had to brand stuff, which was really cool. So this is my attempt at branding the mug with their logo. This next set, let me see if I can find all of them. These came from my original Christmas tree, and the reason I really remember them is because my dad and my stepmom Shelly think that they are so ugly. I picked them out we were making a trip to, it was either Kmart or Walmart, and I picked them out, and I said, oh yeah, I'm getting this set for my 2 or 3 feet Christmas tree or whatever. And they were both like, those are not gonna fit. So I used to shove all these on a tiny little tree, and Shelly she thought that they were really ugly. I don't know if she's probably watching this. She'll probably say, no, I didn't, but she did. Trust me. So I think they're beautiful though, and I'm gonna pop them on. This, I was in the, oh my gosh, I can't remember what the first part of it was called, but it was like an honor society, and these were my tassels. Next, I think I'm gonna do all these. Again, this is kind of a big set. My original aesthetic when I first got a Christmas tree was I wanted it to be absolutely freaking covered in sparkles. So if there was a sparkly ornament, I was getting it. So I have literally a bajillion of these sparkle snowflakes, and they're actually really nice because you can like shove them way into the tree, and they give like a sparkle from within. I mean, that sounds really cheesy, but it's legit. So I'm gonna shove these onto the tree. Keep in mind, you'll get a tree reveal at the end. Next, we will do this one just because I think it's hilarious. So, we recently made a trip to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota to help a friend with, they're building a cabin. And I saw this hat, and I don't know. I just think it's hilarious. You know, God created turkeys, and turkeys like to poop. So, I don't. I just thought it was funny. Okay, so next. Oh, Sina. We're missing an ornament. When we were in Detroit Lakes, I bought another ornament that we haven't used yet in a year. And it is not here on this table. Okay. Well, even though mentally right now I want to freak out, I will find that ornament later. So, we will do the rest of the ornaments I have right here that we got from that trip. We were on Lake Sally and another lake, but there were tons and tons and tons of bugs, bunches of butterflies, a whole bunch of dragonflies, and the ants in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota are ginormous. So, we actually showed these in a YouTube video. We went to this farmer's market thing, and we got all of these really big bugs. Next, I think I'm going to do a round of original tree ornaments. That I've had since forever. Like I said, it's literally anything that is little, sparkly, obnoxious, beautiful. I lied. Everything is beautiful. So what I like to do when they still have meaning to me. They're from my first Christmas tree ever. And I definitely don't want to forget that. But what I'll do is I'll get a whole bunch of them on my fingers. And then I'll just walk around the tree and put them up. And I'd say all my original tree ornaments were either Shopko, Walmart, Kmart, or Hobby Lobby. And I'll start with these. Next, we'll do another round of pretty old ones. So, I used to be in this thing called WCTV, and it was a TV program that we made like in high school. It's actually pretty cool. And I was obviously just as obsessed with Christmas back then as I am now. So, I'm just trying to find all of them really fast. So, I did a segment on making Christmas ornaments instead of like if you didn't want to buy already made ones. So I made a whole bunch of just random little ones. These ones are really pretty. They have one of those bottle brush trees inside. I mean, you can tell they're homemade. This one has super glue running down the side. This one is pretty messy, but I don't care. And they're really great memories, and I never want to forget them. Next, we'll do these two. My mom's favorite color is purple. I just think those are super beautiful. They look like balls of flowers. This one, I like to have matching ornaments with people, so I got one of these for Mr. Cameraman's mom also. And we'll do that one. This is a Circus ornament, the best casino in Vegas. We love Circus. This ornament, my parents have one in Iowa also that's real gold. We got these on their first visit to the Grand Canyon. These two ornaments are Native American made horsehair pottery ornaments. I believe we got these, it was like our second or third trip to the Grand Canyon. I got me and Mr. Cameraman each one. His is this orangey undertone one, and then I have this one. Next, we will do this one. Headwaters, Flag Ranch Company Headwaters Lodge. Oh my goodness, this is probably not a good memory. Me and Mr. Cameraman and Xena got stuck, long story. Got stuck and ended up paying a crazy amount of money to stay at this resort. So I mean, God was looking out for us, but it's just kind of funny. And then this, I used to work at this place called One Step Beyond. Some of the members there made me this last year. It's like a cinnamon ornament, I think. This little dude was 2022. We spent New Year's in celebration guide. That'll go on her tree. We also have an ornament, Mr. Cameraman dog before Xena's name was Benji. So I got this for, I believe, our first Christmas together. That way we'll never forget Benji. And this is a doily thing. There's 3 pieces here. It was from the house I grew up in. That was on our dining table. Never, ever, ever want to forget that. This is COVID Christmas. This was our first Christmas service during COVID. So I kept the candles and turned them into a little ornament. Me and my best friend Aaron and our friends Heidi and Kent. This was at our Eagle Scout ceremony. Here's me when I was tiny and my dad at a Cub Scout, Boy Scout day camp. This is an ornament I made. I made one of these for each of my college friends when we all moved away from college. I think that it is super beautiful. I don't know if they still have theirs, but don't talk to them much, but I still keep it. And let's grab a couple more. This is actually part of a set. My stepmom, Shelly, got me a whole set of a light up village for the Boy Scouts. So I am an Eagle Scout, and so she got me an entire little, I wouldn't call them little, they're very heavy, but I'll try to get all of them. I think there's 4. And they do light up if you turn them on, but I don't turn them on, I just leave them off on the tree. Next, let's do another round of original Christmas tree. Normally, I actually do all of these at the end normally, and then I try to like stick them into the tree, and like I said, every year I do it a little bit differently though. These, I really like those little twisty hangers, but one year I was like all about that, and then I realized that it's a lot harder to like, these just regular ones are a lot easier to maneuver. Especially the twisty ones are very expensive, and you can't like get them onto your fingers like this. This is also one I made for the school project I was telling you guys about earlier. Next, we will do the one from me and my best friends, Aaron. We went to Shopco, and the Shopco in Webster City did not last very long. But I know I got this one there. I'm pretty sure I either got this one there or at Hobby Lobby. Same with this one. Again, this was when I was really into the black and white phase. Black, white, and red. That's really all I wanted. This was an original ornament. This was an original ornament. This is inspired by my little brother. His favorite color, Fabian, his favorite color is black. And my brother John, haven't talked to him in a long, long time, but he really liked these, like, pokey ones. So that's why I have a couple of those too. This was an original. This was an original. And then at one time also, I was obsessed with deer and antlers. So for a couple of years, I got a new deer or a new set of antler every year. So I have this deer, I have this deer. This deer kind of started it all, because I'm pretty sure I had this one first out of all of them. Then I got this deer. This was actually supposed to be a matching one with my little brother's, but not sure if that ended up happening. And then I've got another deer. This one's just the antler. I don't know why. I was just obsessed with deer and antlers. I thought that was like the most Christmassy thing you could do. And yeah, I think that's all the deer. Now we're already starting to get not full but voluptuous. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, this is Mr. Cameraman's tree topper from his house. We actually gave his tree to his mom, but we kept the tree topper. It's beautiful, and I'm gonna pop this on. Okie dokie. Next, we'll do a couple of new ones that haven't been on the tree. Mr. Cameraman's mom, Kathy, got these 3 ornaments for us. She lives in the Grand, and they had a farmer's market there. So we've got these 2 handmade hearts, and then this handmade angel. So the more messed up one is probably me. This is Mr. Cameraman, and Zena's our little angel. So let's get these hung up on the tree. Excuse me. Okay, so now we'll do another round of the originals. Huh. That one's hook is tiny, tiny, tiny. Mr. Cameraman's gonna walk out here and he's gonna say, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna say, "I'm doing a YouTube live." He's gonna say, "Is anybody watching?" I'm gonna say no, but that's okay, because I'm having fun. And we'll do our 2 pieces of bacon. one of Zena's favorite foods. But I got one for Zena, one for Mr. Cameraman. Put those on her tree. Okie dokie. Now, I want to do every one that my grandma, my stepmom's mom, has given to me and Frank, me and Mr. Cameraman. We have an old-fashioned sled, a very colorful camper, is a snow shovel to remind us that in Arizona we no longer have to scoop snow. Last year, she got us this even more glamorous camper ornament. Anything that somebody like hand picks out for us, those are some of them that mean the most, because they actually took the time to pick it out. Here is one that I got from Mr. Cameraman a couple of years ago. Handmade in Jerome. It's like a little hummingbird. We have tons of hummingbirds in the yard. What? Okay. One sec, I've got 2 ornaments I'm putting up right now. What? I said one sec, I'm got 2 ornaments in my hand I'm putting up. Zena, you're missing out on YouTube Live, Zena. Next, this is probably my favorite ornament on the whole tree. Mr. Cameraman got this for me for my birthday in Jerome. It's hand-blown glass. It's a pufferfish, and there is a dime in there. I just think that's pretty cool. Okay, time for some more sentimental ones. This I went to Washington, D.C. in 8th grade. It's a little pocket watch. We'll hang that one up. I got this for Mr. Cameraman for our first Christmas because he loves pizza and it says, "You've stolen a piece of my heart." I used to work at Olive Garden. It was a really fun experience. This one is supposed to be a matching ornament, but my parents actually broke. But they picked this out on their first trip to Jerome and we each got one. And then these two, I got these for me and Mr. Cameraman's trees on our first Christmas. I wanted to have a matching ornament, so we got these cute little succulent gardens, but obviously now we live together, so they both go on our tree. Next, we've got another one from Jerome. This one says, "Luke Zena Frank 2023. It's a ghost." This ornament was actually made in 2020. Here is another one I got from Mr. Cameraman. I got him this for his birthday one year. This is a hand-blown glass piece made in Jerome, Arizona. And I did find one more deer from my deer era. This one is taped together. It's a little shabby, but still beautiful. And we'll do these two too. At my one of my previous jobs, One Step Beyond, my boss got me these. I love to cook. It's a KitchenAid and a blender. lovely. The string to this one just broke. So I'm glad I didn't put it on the tree. This is going to be its first year on the tree. And then this one, I want to say, is also from the glass blower in Jerome. I know it came from Jerome, I'm just not sure if it came from him. But I got this from Mr. Cameraman. And then, let's do this one. This is a gift I got from our friends Ben and Marilyn. They know that I love Christmas ornaments, and this thing is like probably the heaviest ornament I have on the tree. It is legit. Then we'll do this. Actually was the bow that they used. I just thought it was pretty for that birthday. But they had a haunted barn, so Mr. Cameraman was security, and I was a scarecrow horse thing. Next, we'll get more of Xena's in her area. She normally gets an animal every year, so she loves to chase cats and bunnies. And last year I got her a little mouse. And I can't remember, these were last year or the year before. There's this place on Etsy that sells these animals. They're handmade. So she loves ducks, especially when we're like on a pontoon. She wants to jump in and get the ducks. And we have tons of lizards in the yard that she likes to chase around. So I'll put this in her tree pile. This is a really pretty one. It's just some flowers and a ladybug. My little brothers got this for Mr. Cameraman last year for his birthday. And in 2020, me, Xena, and Mr. Cameraman went to the Topeka Zoo. Hey, what's the elephant's name?
Cora.
Cora, the elephant. What movie is it?
Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Smokey and the Bandit 2. We went and saw Cora the elephant. So we got an ornament to remember her. I made this for Mr. Cameraman last year or the year before. He's really into, oh, it just broke. Shoot. I'll have to super glue that, it just came off. But I made him this really cool, 2021 is what the back says. This is a picture of my stepmom at her and my dad's wedding. Then we got a super cute Pupper's ornament for Xena. 6 happy holidays. We'll put that on her tree too. This elephant,
Luke,
yes?
I have a phone call at 10,
What time is it?
10:42.
Okay. Can I finish this in 15 minutes? Probably not, but at 10 we will have to be done. I'll take a picture for you guys and I'll post it later, I think. This is an elephant. I used to have a friend, Hannah Parr, so me and her each have this. This was in 2016. This was one of my original Christmas ornaments. My stepsister Megan actually picked this out. I don't know why I remember that, but these, no idea why I wanted these. They're napkin ring holders from Hobby Lobby. I just thought they were really, really pretty. Our friends Ben and Marilyn brought me this from New Zealand. Some New Zealanders' money. Right here, Mr. Cameraman and Xena 2020 at my family's farm. This was made by one of the members at my job at One Step Beyond. So I thought that was really, really pretty. This came from my dad and stepmom's wedding. It was part of their centerpieces. My mom Shelly got this for Mr. Cameraman because he almost never wears shoes. He's almost always in flip-flops. And here's another 2 weird ones I got at Hobby Lobby. They're doorknobs. I just thought they were really, really pretty. How long do you think it will last? Next, we've got a couple years ago, was going to make Christmas ornaments and sell them. It ended up not turning into anything, but I did make a couple of pretty ornaments. So I thought that I had 3, but here's 2 of them. I think that I might be missing a tote because now we're missing 2 ornaments. But let's hang these ones up. Here's me and my dad at my Eagle Scout ceremony in 2018. These ones are just some Christmassy ones that my parents got us a couple years ago, I think. A Savior is Born, Oh Holy Night, I Bring You Good News That Will Bring Great Joy to All People, The Savior Has Been Born Today, Unto Us a Child is Born, Unto Us a Son is Given. I like that one. It's like really thin wood. And here's one of my cactus. Mr. Cameraman got me this for my birthday, I think in 2020. And here is another swallow. We got this one from Jerome. This one was made in 2019. Here's a windmill that my brother Zach got me. Very, very beautiful. Here's another swallow. This one I got at Kohl's. I think it's super, super pretty. This one represents how amazingly sweet but sour 2021 was. And then one of our favorite stores in Jerome, we call it the Kaleidoscope store. We have an ornament, that's where the pufferfish came from. We also have this kaleidoscope ornament. And here's a little photo cube that my parents had made. And this just documented their trip with us to Arizona. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 9:52 a.m.
And then, since we're ending it a little bit early, I'll just do a couple more. This was at my first, I can't even remember what it was called, but I was in the 4-H, and this was it was like a farmer's market thing just for 4-H. So I got this there. And this, I used to be in the Order of the Arrow in the Boy Scouts. So I got this in 2017. This I got at Target last year. I just thought it's really pretty. It's in honor of our citrus trees. Then I've got a really cute little Santa cam. We got this, a small business person made it at a farmer's market at Westgate. And then this is my brothers and me and my dad at my dad's wedding, back when I had a man bun. We've got this. We took Xena to the Hello Kitty Cafe in Las Vegas. So we have this little Hello Kitty ornament. This is going to be going on her tree once I get the weight figured out. And this is Benji's collar. So we never want to forget that God blessed this earth with Benjamin. So we'll be putting this on the tree. Here is one of the original ornaments I had. Very black, white, sparkly vibes. And I used to be really, really into music and piano, so we've got little gold ornaments. And quite possibly my favorite, probably the most meaningful ornament on the tree. Normally I put it on last, but I want to show you guys before I end this live. This is 2020 in a nutshell, and a lot of people thought that it was a terrible year, but I was really trying to look at the positives. So I had this handmade for Mr. Cameraman. It's from Istanbul, Turkey. And this first picture, it's like a timeline through the year. So at the very beginning of 2020, our friends Aaron and Veronica came to visit, and we took them to the Grand Canyon. The next disc is us getting our camper. So that was a very, very exciting part of 2020. After that, if I could get it to turn around, we took a trip to Iowa for my dad's birthday. So that's me, Mr. Cameraman, my dad, my mom, and our friend Easton is on my shoulders. Then we celebrated our 3-year anniversary. So this is a couple Bible verses, and then I actually made the little stone people on that one. And then the last one is Mr. Cameraman's 29th birthday, ends as the best year ever. So I'm going to hang these ones up really fast, and then I don't want to lie, I told you I'd give you a tree reveal at the end. So I'll show you what the tree looks like so far, and then I'll post a picture later once it's totally done. Okie dokie. I just want to thank anybody that watched. This is really fun for me and Xena. But here is the reveal of what the tree looks like so far. Totally covered in ornaments. And soon it'll have even more on there. But I just want to say as a reminder, we're really into all this cool, crazy, Christmassy, obnoxious stuff. And God has given us the abilities to make all of these memories and to have all of these really cool things that help us remember what He's blessed us with throughout the years. So at the end of the day, the reason for the season is Him and Jesus. But I still like to have fun with a whole bunch of this kind of stuff too. So get out and enjoy what God has given us, and get out and enjoy nature and food as much as we do. Have a great one.